morning, lovely people. How is everybody doing today on this gorgeous 8th day of Stitch Mania? I am doing very well. It is 7:38 a.m. on Wednesday, May 8th. 66 degrees and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. And I know a lot of you have this picture of Hawaii as being always sunny and not a cloud in the sky, but that is definitely not so. Because you know something? We are known for our rainbows, and you can't have rainbows without rain. And that is okay too. Speaking of rainbows, I am working on the rainbow version, I guess you would say, of the Do Re Mi sampler by Silver Creek Samplers, and I will show you and talk about all that in a second. Let me first, though, pull out Mr. Deer. So this is where I started yesterday. I had been working on this section here in the video, but I had decided that I wanted to try and fill in as much of the head as possible. And there is a lot. I mean, this is just confetti. You can see all the little empty spaces, single empty spaces. There's some chunks of open space too, but this is a lot of confetti. So it was much slower than what you saw me do in the video yesterday, but I did get a lot filled in. So I am quite happy with him. In fact, I enjoyed stitching on him so much yesterday, I am considering putting him in my rotation for the big ass projects for the year. I hesitate only because, you know, if that once that list gets so long, it's hard to make progress on anything. With the length that it was before I started, actually before I started my birthday starts, I felt like I was getting to everything often enough that I was seeing projects, or I was seeing progress. And many of you know, for those that have watched me for a while, what I would do with that rotation is spend, 2 or 3 days on each project. I had no set schedule. It just depended on what I felt like. Did I feel like keeping with it, or did I not? And so I felt like I really was making progress on each of them. So if I keep adding, I've already added, I took one away. I finished the linen and thread sampler, so that's good. But I think in its place I added 2. And so this would be another one. When that Quaker Seasons of Friendship comes and the silk floss for Mrs. Sadis, I will be adding that as well. So yeah, I'm not really making any progress at that point. So I don't know. I really love stitching on this deer though, so I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, today's project is Do Re Mi from Silver Creek Samplers. Sing a Sampler Series is actually the proper title of it, for those that might want to go looking for it. Let me pull out all of the pictures actually, so you can see the whole thing. Now it is done, it was designed in much more muted, natural tones. Do, re, mi, fa. I won't sing. So, la, ti, do. And this is my honor to my mother piece that I'm doing. As I mentioned before, we loved the sound of music. And so when I saw this, I knew I had to do it. Now, even more so when I saw this version of it, where somebody took it and converted it into more of a rainbow. This is just perfection. So they did it in 2 rows, and each chart has the words of the chorus underneath. So I suppose the original intent, when you know the notes to sing, you can do most anything, was to do this in a long line. This person did it in stacks of 2, or in 2 rows, and then put the words above and below, and the color, and that is 550, a deep purple. So yeah, I fell in love with this when I saw it. I have to say, I am so sorry, but I did not note down whose project this was. She filled us in. This was from one of the Facebook groups that I found this on. She posted what her colors were. If this is yours, if you're watching this and this is yours, or if you know whose it is, please let me know, and please accept my humblest apologies for not noting down the maker of this, because it really is just perfect. So it's for those that have heard this, Roy G. Biv, the color rainbow spectrum, red, orange, yellow. Now she has more of a green here. It's supposed to be red, orange, Roy G. Oh, I guess it is green. Roy G. Biv. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet is the way the way it's set up. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo. Whoops, get down there. She kind of has more of a lavender, I think, there. And then that will bring us back to dough, so she goes back to the red for the dough. I just love it. So that is my project for today. You can see I have 2 of them done. I am stitching this on a 30 count Murano, for those that might remember Creefles back in Baltimore many moons ago. Pewter is the colorway. You can see I've been working on, the last time I picked this up, I had been working on putting the letters across. I will pick that up again. I'd like to get the letters done today, but I decided to start the border of the next block because that's nice brainless stitching that is good for this type of situation. So I hope to get those letters across the top done and a good chunk of this block done today. I do have a bit of cleaning I need to get done. Just some odds and ends around here. Exercise, I haven't done my yoga yet, so I want to get that done. I'll get that done after this. I wanted to get up here again, of course, not only to get it out of the way first thing in the morning, but also because since it is such a sunny day, it's going to get very warm up here. I may actually have to put the air conditioning on today. I hope not, but we shall see. So anyways, lots of little chores to do today. So I don't know how much stitching time I'm going to get. I also want to work on my tapestry piece for a little bit. I didn't work on that at all yesterday. I did start my small for the small exchange at StitchCon, so I'd like to get a chunk of time in on that too today. So we'll see. We'll see how much of this we get done. My intent for this piece was to consider this a small that I would work on a little bit periodically, because each one of these blocks does go fairly quickly. There isn't a whole lot of stitching in them. So I think I could actually get this done fairly quickly. But then I decided I wanted to get the season series done by Lila Studios, so that's like my 1 hour a day piece. And I actually haven't worked on that at all for the past few days with the tapestry thing starting, and now with getting my small started, I need to get working on that. So I don't know. I don't know. Not enough hours in the day, right? I did conquer Costco yesterday. I got out and stopped at the post office first, and then mailed out a few things, got to Costco at 3 after the hour, so I was only halfway out the parking lot at that point. And was in and out in a half hour, and that's even with stopping at the optometrist and making an appointment to get my eyes checked. It's been a couple years, and I absolutely cannot stand the glasses that I got. I went in Sarasota in 2017, and I got progressive lenses, and I hate them. They're trifocals. So they're meant to be distance on the top, computer in the middle, and then reading and close work on the bottom. And the only one of those sections that's accurate at all is the top one. And I did go back once for some correction. By the time I got the second pair back, we were in the midst of, Mike had already moved up to Maryland. I was in the midst of getting moved up to Maryland. And I never did go back. There's, of course, Costco's in Maryland, not too far from where we live, but I never did make it back for another attempt. So, I don't know. I'm going to take my stitching with me to this doctor's appointment so she can see just what I mean by close-up. At this point, I have, so those glasses are the glasses I drive with, because it's the distance portion of those that work. I have a pair of readers that I use for just reading, general reading on my iPad, surfing the web and all that kind of stuff. And then another set of readers that I have for doing this work. None of those actually work when I'm looking at my desktop screen now. It's just rather insane and very annoying, but luckily readers are cheap. So I may just get these glasses just to be my distance glasses and stick with the readers. I don't know. We'll see. I started to say, I'm going to take my stitching and kind of show her what the distance needs to be. I don't know whether that will help or not. For the doctor to know that, I don't know. Like I said, readers are cheap. There's that readers.com. I haven't ordered from them yet, because I don't really need new readers at this point. The ones I have work fine. So I don't know, we shall see. But I wasn't able to get an appointment until June 10th anyway. That's the earliest appointment they had. So by the time I get there, get the eye check done, pick out frames, I'm leaving on the 13th to fly back to the mainland for the visit with the in-laws, the RV trip, StitchCon. So I won't get back to the island until July 1st. So, yeah. That's something I'm going to worry about. Today I'm going to call the orthopedic doctor and orthopedist. I never know what to call that. Orthopod. It's an orthopedist. And get hopefully scheduled for that. I would really, really like to get in there soon enough so I can get this all taken care of, or at least be on the road to recovery before we leave in June. But who knows? So our friends are coming in Friday. They're here from the 10th to the 15th, so a large part of what I want to get done today is getting their bathroom cleaned and their bedroom ready. It's basically ready, but we've been kind of using it as a quasi-storeroom. I think Mike has papers spread all over the bed that he needs to either shred or file or something like that, so I'll need to get on his butt to get that done. But yeah, so they're here Our friend is and I assume his girlfriend are avid bikers. Like, he travels the world with a biking club. You know, he's been in Eastern Europe on bike trips. He is part Colombian, so he's been all over South America. He keeps razzing Mike that he's going to get him out on a bike. Mike used to be an avid biker back in his college days, and we did quite a bit of biking about a decade ago when we were in the best shape of our lives. My knees just can't take that anymore. They didn't take it very well back then. By the end of we did a, I don't know, 15, 20 mile bike trip. Just like, Maryland has very good rail to trail paths, and there's one that ran along the highway where we lived, went the whole way up this highway up to BWI Airport and around the airport. So we did that trip up and back, and by the time I was done, I mean, I could barely pedal. My knees were hurting so bad. So yeah, I'm not getting on a bike. I think they already, I don't think they brought their bikes out with them. I think he said he already had a bike rental lined up. More power to him. I'll be here walking and doing yoga. Those are my things at this point. Mike would at some point like to walk a half marathon again. We used to run half marathons, and that was fun. We've done several of the rock and roll half marathons. We've done Virginia Beach twice. We did San Antonio. San Antonio was our first one. Virginia Beach twice. I'm forgetting one. And they're fun. And we walked the Sarasota. They have it's kind of a take on the rock and roll marathons. It isn't a rock and roll marathon, but they had bands or DJs set up every few miles. And while it was a beautiful course along the Gulf and the Intercoastal Waterway in many places, by mile 10, my one knee was just crapping out. And so, of course, I started favoring that leg. And so within the next mile, my other knee started crapping out. And I tell you what, by the end of the second time we ran the Virginia Beach half marathon, and I hadn't trained well enough for that one. That was totally my fault. I had ice packs. I had them put ice packs on, taped them onto both of my knees at the end of that one. And so we're walking away from from the area where the finish line is, and we were trying to find, we wanted to find a restaurant to eat at, so we were kind of walking the streets of Virginia Beach, and oh, the looks I got. You could see people thinking, as they're looking at me hobbling along with these ice packs taped to both knees, they're thinking, and people call this fun? Oh my God. That last half mile of the Virginia Beach Marathon, you come up the boardwalk along the beach, and you can see the finish line up ahead. But I tell you what, that particular race, the finish line took forever to get closer. You could see it up there, but it was not coming any closer. Oh my God, the things we do to ourselves. So anyways, guys, that's enough of that. We are 20 minutes in. This is a good place to stop. Almost got up to the top of that block. I think I will sit here and finish this, and then, speaking of yoga, get yoga in, get breakfast in, and get going on my day, get this uploaded, and all of that fun stuff. Love you. I hope you are enjoying your Maynia. Ray, have a drop of golden sun today. I have plenty that I can share with you, so I'm sending all the drops of golden sun your way. I love you guys. Find your joy. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.